right? It's all encompassing of what goes into the community. When we think about different things such as lead service lines and what that does to the development of a child and what it does for the health of a person, we are working on those instances and those things as well. That's more of a $100 million price tag to it, but we are working on it. But I just want to share with everyone, when we talk about elements of a healthy Maywood and when we're focusing on different things, everything that we're working on from a infrastructure standpoint, a community public safety standpoint, a collaborative and inclusive community standpoint, it all ties into what comprises of a healthy community. So while we are all right. Okay. Well, again, if you would like to sign up for one of the elements of a healthy community groups, you just go to at the bottom, the back of the bottom, bit.ly/healthy Maywood. And once you go to bit.ly/healthy Maywood, it really just asks for your name, your email, and which one of the 12 components are you interested in. You can choose all 12. You can just choose one. Perfectly up to you. If you choose all 12, I definitely will reach out to you for all 12. So just be ready for it. All right. So the real reason everybody's here tonight. Talk about the grocery store. All right. In thinking about the grocery store concept that we're talking about tonight, everybody knows the Maywood Market and the woes of the Maywood Market and the different things that have been done to try to help revitalize the Maywood Market. When we received funding for the Fifth Avenue corridor in regards to revitalizing our downtown district, we definitely see the Maywood Market as an anchor that can help be a beacon and shift that trajectory of completely redoing and revitalizing and reimagining what the Fifth Avenue corridor downtown market looks like. So what we're talking about today and the presenters that are going to be speaking with us today are the owners and operators of Living Fresh. So has everybody ever shopped at Living Fresh in Forest Park?
Yes.
Before the renovation or after?
Both.
Both.
Now it's better.
I was going to say,
Now it's better.
Way better.
Yeah, 100%, 150%.
okay.
Yep.
So in thinking about that concept, when we think about our grocery store, we want it to get to 150% better because right now it's empty, right? So when thinking about the grocery store, it's been vacant for over a decade. So it needs different work done to it. During the time that it's been vacant, there were all the electrical that we invested into the grocery store was ripped out and stolen. So those types of things need to get replaced. When you think about new technology upgrades to where we are back from 2008, 2009 when this project was done to where we are in 2022, we definitely need to become a more technologically savvy grocery store, grocery concept to sustain ourselves moving into the future. Within the grocery store market concept, we're also looking to add a pharmacy so that we'll be able to come in and do pharmacy activities. So it's different things that we're looking at when we're having the discussion of a grocery store. And what happened when we had the conversation with Living Fresh, they presented what they're already doing at the grocery store that they purchased and they now own and manage for not even a full year, right? It's just made a year, okay. So looking at where it was before, so this is like welcome to the new Living Fresh for those who have not seen the previous Living Fresh. When you look at the old Living Fresh now in the new entrance, you have fully stocked items that are named brand items. At the old Living Fresh, I'm not sure how many went to it, but you would have a lot of off-brand items, a lot of expired items, and you would definitely not have fully stocked shelves. So now you can see this is the brand new entrance that they have. And thinking about updating technology, where we said we need to help invest in the technological advances that would go into a new Living Fresh. What they've done at the old Living Fresh is they have added that self-checkout component while also still keeping the checkout counters as well in part of the store, but making sure that they're keeping up with technology and keeping up with the big boxes like a Jewel's or a Walmart or a Target. So making it so that you're getting the same shopping experience but better. When you think about the old shopping experience, it was very empty at times, or a little light. But they have done some investments into the space, and what they've created now is an entirely new concept where they have an actual sip and savor vendor that will be coming in to provide an experience overall, not just shopping, but being able to come in to a juice bar, to enjoy some coffee, to enjoy a fresh bakery, to enjoy a sushi bar, different things like that that goes into revitalizing a store that they invested in. So the new shopping experience that is being focused on is, again, like I said, new fresh meat, so fresh meat butchery location. You also have the pastry shop, you have the bakery space, again, focusing on what was old and unstocked before. Now you can see that it's fully stocked with options that are fresh, fully stocked with options that are name brand, and fully stocked with options that are made from scratch. Again, fully stocked experience throughout Living Fresh. I'm not sure how many people, again, that walked through before, but those shelves were not ever that full. And you never saw that many name brand items within the old Living Fresh.
Updated.
It has been updated, right? So again, it's not just showing one aisle that they hurried up and put items on to be able to show us a good picture of this fully stocked. The store is a fully stocked, fresh location. Fresh, fully stocked meat experience. So when you walk in, the first thing that you smell is not old meat, but you do have fully stocked, fresh new meat. Another thing that you see is investment in regards to the refrigeration system. So again, they fully stock those items. You have a fully new stock experience within the Living Fresh market environment. And one other thing with thinking about new refrigeration. So when we talk about new technology, instead of having like the thing that you would just reach into and the thing that stay trying to keep the whole store closed and cold, you now have it where it's like the sliding doors, new technology, where they are investing and have invested into their Forest Park location to make sure that it is an updated and upscale shopping experience. So when thinking about the Living Fresh market, the different things that are coming with their new store that they've been focusing on in the past year is new self-checkout, floral department, sip and savor coffee house, flip and flavor sandwich shop, juice bar, fresh baked desserts, breads and more, a studio filming kitchen, cooking demos, pop-up shops, product to shelf classes, Instacart, and then a sushi bar. So in thinking about the overall new concept of the redeveloped Living Fresh, you guys have heard me talking, but the CEO is here with us, so I'm going to introduce Ms. Melody Winston, who is the CEO, owner, and operator of the Living Fresh Market, and she has a team of people with her that are going to be speaking to us.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day today and being blessed. I'm Melody Winston, and I'm Executive Director for the Living Fresh Market grocery store. I think I'm okay. Hello, Zoom. Well, like I said, I'm Melody Winston. I'm the Executive Director for Living Fresh Market. And the CEO is actually God. He's the one that made this happen. He's the one that steered our steps for this acquisition. And he's the one that's putting the team together. And I want to introduce my team here. I have Vivian. She's more so in our real estate brokerage and making sure the deal is a good deal, not just for us, but for you as a community. A win-win is what we believe in. I have James, and James is our grocery. He's our manager of the store. He's been in grocery for I don't know how many years. I'm going to let him introduce himself and give you some background on where he's been and what he's seen in the industry. And I got Fran. She's my executive assistant. She follows me around everywhere I go, make sure I'm here and on time and prepared. And I've never seen anybody work that hard, but she has a background with the state of Illinois in the restaurant industry, and she taught making sure people were ready to receive their licenses in their restaurants, and sanitation, preparedness, and also alcohol and tobacco. And then I've got Trez here. Trez is Sip and Savor. He's got 5 locations, and we're trying to make him get a 6th one. And so he's very, very much connected. He's got a very interesting story and testimony, and he's committed to community. I want to bring a coffee house, an entrepreneur in who believed in community, not just sell a coffee. And so he can talk about some of the things that he does, from discussions with single fathers. He brings them in for coffee conversation. And he does a lot of things with you. So I'll have all of them come in up and kind of say some words about who they are, what they believe in, because I think it's important that we get the foundation strong. And that starts with the team. So I want to go ahead and have Vivian come in, and then James, and then we'll have Trez come on up.
Hi, I'm Vivian Molly. I'm excited to be part of Living Fresh's team, especially on the real estate end. We're really excited to actually work with the Village of Maywood in developing partnerships to make sure that we can really fund the development so that you guys have a great retail experience and have a community center through the grocery store. So we're looking for multiple partnerships in conjunction with other the health groups, with the pharmacy coming in. So really appreciate the opportunity to be part of this project.
Okay, now we have James, the store manager.
Good afternoon, how you doing? As you all know, my name is James. You've probably seen me around in the past. I did work for the former store prior to this, maybe 10 years ago. I left Chicago about 40 years ago, okay? Went to New Jersey, started working for Kraft Foods for the most part. So I've had both sides of the industry, the inside of the retail and the outside sector of it. So I'm kind of full circle right now. But what I want to say about the food industry, it's a great industry if you love what you're doing. I love what I do. Each day I come into the store, I think of not just for myself, but I think of the consumers that come in there. When I come in there, it's like me buying something just like you're coming in there. So when you come into the store, I'm saying to myself, you know, what would I think? What would I want? But when you come into,
sir, could you use the mic? Because-
yes.
Oh, I can move up.
No.
We can't hear you.
I apologize.
No problem.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Is
Yes,
there
can you hear
is there
me
a
now?
question? Is there a question that you need to ask me before I continue on?
No, I just want to be able to hear you.
Okay, got you.
Thank you.
But as I was saying before, so I have come full circle, and the experience we want to bring to you guys with Living Fresh is, you know, like a community type of environment. You know, it's just like you're going out for daily work. Just say you're going out for 8 hours of work. When you come into the store, I want you to believe that you're coming into your home after 8 hours of work. So that's inviting. When you come into your home after work, the first thing you want to do is just say, oh, wow, I'm home. So when you come into the store, I want you to have that same feeling, okay? So from the entry, as you've seen the store as of now, you got a floral shop to our left as you come through the door. You got a full frontal of all natural drinks and juices, as you saw in the picture this morning, or earlier, I should say, on the sketches. You look and you go to our deli department, come to the left entry of the store. We're trying to really, really brighten that up. As you said before, you got Sip and Savors, gourmet coffee, somewhere where you can come in, sit down, relax, take your load off your feet, you know, before you even start shopping, okay? Again, when you look at those aspects of it, that's what I want you to have, that experience, you know, coming in there and just enjoying yourself. And then when you leave, I want you to have not just a first impression, but your last impression is going to be something that says, wow. Anything else? Any questions?
Have you all
Yeah.
opened a pharmacy in that store as of yet?
Not as of yet. We're still in the process of all that. We're still looking into it. Hopefully somewhere between maybe the first of the year, somewhere around February. We're still trying to do interview vendors for that particular location. Anything else?
I'm a little late getting in. Where's the location?
We are on Roosevelt Road, 7520 West Roosevelt Road, just probably maybe a half block west of Harlem.
Okay.
You know where Walmart is?
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
in that same shopping center where Walmart is, but it's at the other end of the.
Anything else?
In Forest Park, isn't
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
it? Okay, that's just like, oh.
Yes.
Okay, so, working person, when I'm looking for lunch options, I used to like the Whole Food Taco Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And then another day I'll go to the Chinese buffet and grab something. I go to Tony's and grab some fish on Friday.
Okay.
So I like that variety. If I can go one local neighborhood place, each day and grab lunch, something different. That's what I do look for.
Right now, we're in the process of getting all that together for you. That's exactly what I want. When you come into the store, one-stop shop, you can come in there and enjoy your whole full day. And each day a different variety. Yes.
Is there a reward program?
We are looking into that too as well. Glad you brought that up.
That's very important.
It is.
Also, what's
And
important is it for it to be digital, for,
absolutely. And we're in the process of that now. We probably looking at having that, like I said before, too, that gentleman with the pharmacy, probably within a year. It takes time to implement that. First things first is, we're trying to get pricing and everything right first, because if pricing's not right, that system cannot work. Okay?
So is Maywood being considered as a second location, or are you moving from that?
That will be considered a second location. That's correct. Anything else? Yes.
I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here a little bit, in terms of.
I will move a little closer.
I'm sorry.
I shall move a little closer.
In any business goes into business to make a,
Money.
profit, right?
Absolutely.
So I don't know whether or not, and you probably have done some kind of, study
Mhm.
to indicate, is the foot traffic there in order to support that store? Years ago when the other market was there, I thought it was fine when it first opened and people started coming.
Mhm.
But after a while, people, just kind of dropped off. I don't know why that was. But, no business can stay in business if you don't have any customers.
And that's absolutely true. It's just like coming into Maywood here. If you don't have the consumers over here or the community to help us out, there's no sense even opening the doors.
That's right. And there are other stores around that depend on, like Jewels or any of these other stores, they get patrons or customers from all different villages.
Absolutely.
And I'm wondering whether or not, Maywood is going to attract, that additional shoppers.
I think there's more than enough percentage out there for us to survive here. So when you look at the overall picture, yes, you have to wait and see what the percentages bring you in, but there is support out there with the percentage. You can survive, depending on how you do your business. Okay?
You gotta do the dollars and cents. Wait.
Absolutely.
Depends on what you're offering.
Depending on what you're offering too.
Right.
Absolutely. That's what you're offering. That's
What you're
correct.
offering, what you're looking at, what we're looking at here is law working, and you would have it.
And because it's new, it is incumbent upon us as a group to support this new business.
Right. And that's where it all balanced down to the support of the community. And we're here with you 100%. If you guys support us, we support you. We take in your opinions, just like anything else. Yes.
I have a time frame question in regard to the current store
Mhm.
that you're doing an excellent job remodeling. I'm in there. I live on the south end of Maywood, right off of First Avenue, so I'm there often because it's convenient for me.
Gotcha.
And you're doing an excellent job remodeling. I want to say that first. I've gone in when you first started. I was in the store before you started,
Mhm.
and I see a significant difference. and I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing. I'm wondering, a lot of things I know that you're in the process of acquiring, like a florist and the sip and save
Sip and
guy,
save, yes,
and all the pharmacy and all of that. I know
Sushi, all
that
the
takes
other
time.
things, yes.
But I'm wondering if you have a time frame in mind for when you think, you'll have all of those things in place.
Well,
And
Go ahead.
the other part of that, are you gonna do that, parallel with trying to open the market in Maywood?
To number one, supply, oh,
We are stead forward. We're not stopping. Everything, when it comes on board, it comes on board. You will see constant improvements in the store. We will continue also with our talks and planning for the Maywood store as well. So as things come, you'll just see something pop up new, a new department, a new, we don't really want to call it a pharmacy. We want to call it a wellness center because we want to base it off of food as medicine. We didn't want to be in a situation where we're selling 4,000 pills a week. That is not what we are trying to do. That is not our model. That is not our vision, which also sets us apart from other pharmacies and grocery stores. We will have physicians there. We will have nurses there. We will have your records there. We will be able to supply whatever your needs are currently, but we want to make sure that we're connecting it with food as medicine. So there will be wellness and nutritionists there. There will be all those resources there for you as well, which is an addition to create a separate bond between the community and the store. We want to make sure that you own it. You own it as a community. You own it as your health, and you're held accountable for that. And so we want to make sure that that partnership is, and that foundation is well laid out way before we start building. As far as timeline is concerned, like I said, things as they start coming in and just opening up, the e-commerce, everything we're working on right now, they told us 4 to 6 weeks out before it goes live, just so you know. Self-checkouts came in. As soon as they came in, we opened the boxes and installed. So as they come, we'll make sure that we're getting them up. We'll send some notices out and get the word out that there's something new happening and this is just open. So we try to keep the front signage up there to kind of keep people in tune, just in case they're not on social media, just in case they're not, looking at the newspaper. So we want to make sure that we're keeping you in the loop as well. You had a question.
Yeah, actually, I had more of a comment.
Okay,
Relating to what somebody else said,
Are there going to be more, can we attract people with this store from other communities? And what I have to say is that when I go into Living Fresh, it's an experience.
Yes.
You take a look at all the other grocery stores around here, because that's part of what my job is, just scoping out all the other retail markets, and I'm like, there's not anything else that can give you the same experience. So of course people are going to want to come in because they want to feel good. The emphasis is on community, a wellness center, not just a pharmacy, a wellness center. And then you walk in and it's like, it feels good. It's not like walking into just like any grocery store, like, just, you know what I'm saying, right? So you feel good. And there's it's an attraction. It becomes a gem of the community. And that's what I'm excited about, because all these things that they're not just giving you a grocery store to get your food. It's an experience. It's a place where you can hang out. And we're going to hear soon from Sip and Savor. And I mean, that's exciting to me, because now you have a place to congregate. You want to, meet there on a Friday morning with everybody you play bridge with? Great. Isn't that wonderful? And I think that's what she's creating.
See why Vivian's on the team? Because she's so passionate about it. If you're not passionate, I don't need you on the team. I don't need, to drag you along, for you to buy into what this vision and mission is. We want people who are sold out. We want people who are sold out. Question?
Yeah, how do you compare the square footage between the footprint that you have in Forest Park and what's available in Maywood? And is the Maywood store large enough that you can actually do everything that you envision, or do you anticipate in the future you have to perhaps even build out on top of what you would already be acquiring in Maywood?
Well, we understand there's a big difference. The Forest Park store is 71,000 square feet. The store here in Maywood, I believe, is 22,000 square feet. So that's a big difference. And so we want to make sure that we get the most bang for our buck, so to speak, in this Maywood store. So we really want to make sure that that part is communicated between you and I. We want to know what you really need in the space so we can put it in there. We're doing the planning now. We just got a rendering today of the outside, and it's gorgeous. I mean, it's brand new. It doesn't look like anything you've ever had before, and it's going to make the Maywood community proud. But we got to do the same thing for the inside. We want to make sure that we got the bones of the store for you in the inside as well. So there'll be a big difference, but there'll be some renderings coming out, and I want to make sure that you have a part in playing as far as communicating your needs, and we need the buy-in of the community. We can't do it without you. Question?
So some time ago, 20 years ago, when I first moved here, there used to be a long drive-through window going through the pharmacy window. It's totally empty now. So that means people are getting their medicine some other way, and it's probably mail order. So you really have to tap into how people are getting their medicine now and what relationships you have to connect with how they're sourcing that. So that's the kind of piece to put together.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you said that, because that's part of the change that's happening in the industry of grocery. Is a lot of deliveries, not just in grocery, but also your medications. There are also a lot of changes happening with our seniors, where they get door-to-door service on their vegetables, their fresh produce, their meats. And so that's some other conversations that we've been having about how do we get our seniors to the store. Are we picking them up and giving them the time to shop, and then door to door? And so these are some of the conversations that we're having. Jules is not having those conversations. We want to serve the community. You have a question?
I was just I had already written the 2 senior centers that are right down. I think that it's important that you pay attention to those seniors. We used to have a program, I've been doing farmers markets and farm stands and all that. And when we had farmers market, it was a place where, as you said before, not only seniors came to get their fruits and vegetables, but they came because they saw each other.
Yes.
And
yes.
we had a village bus that would pick the seniors up at the 2 senior homes and take them to the farmers market, and they would stay and congregate, and they would purchase their fruits and vegetables, but it was also a place where they could socialize and get out. It's nice to be in your building, but you know, they want to come out.
That's right.
The other thing is we have meetings often, and sometimes we want to go in the morning and just meet with a group of our fellow co-workers and just have coffee and discuss what we're talking about. And outside of the office sometimes, you know, where there's a place. So considering those kinds of things as you know, put together. Each market is specific to that community and that neighborhood. So what you do in the Forest Park might be a little different than what you do in the Maywood community, because the needs are different.
Yes.
So, yeah, and it sounds like you're taking all that into consideration, but those 2 things I just wanted to.
Thank you for that. We did talk about the community social effect of bringing the right grocer into the community. And so that's why I wanted to make sure, you know, that Trez is on board, and because he's almost like the social connection to a lot of communities, from Inglewood to Bronzeville to Hyde Park, 43rd Street, and he's flourishing in it. So, you know, I'm not good at a lot of things, but he's good at this, and I need him in and on board with us on this item, definitely, because social communities and relationships play a big role in the success of everyone, not just the people in this room, but our young ones, our youth, our teenagers, our young adults who are trying to pick a profession, you know, generations are so divided right now. And I think this store can help bring those generations back together again.
Also, our population is so diverse, it's changing, and we want to make sure that we take into consideration that we've got primarily Black and Hispanic, so we need to have foods in the store that represent, you know, the population that's in the village of Maywood. So we need to have a section that deals with the Hispanic population, so we can ensure that they come into the store and frequent it too, because there are things that are for them. And then, you know, we want to cook ham hocks sometimes.
Absolutely.
With greens.
Absolutely.
And so we want to go into the store where we can find ham hocks, so we can cook them with our greens.
We will find all our
Right,
items
so,
there, believe me.
yeah, taking all those things into consideration as you look at our population and how it's changing. I'll be quiet.
I saw a question.
I just want to say, I'm excited to be here tonight. And I put forth an effort. When I saw my pastor walk in, I was supposed to call him, tell him why I wasn't at choir rehearsal. Tonight I was going to join him, so he tapped me on the shoulder. But anyway, I was excited. I'm an old-time Maywoodian, and I have been going to the store way before. I saw them before and after. And when I was going before, during the transition, there was hardly nothing on the store. I never gave up going. But I would always go there and get my vegetables and the ham hock stuff, you know, the stuff they cook with. And so I met James, the manager over there one day, and I was there, and there was a couple of things during the transition. When I met him, I had suggested some things to get, because he said we were working with vendors and they needed to, you know, just be patient with us. We were working with vendors and they were going to, you know, restock. And so I know the transition period was going to be kind of different. And so I met him. I've always known you, Melody, because my daughter used to work at for the pastor at the Business and Christian Center. So anyway, I was going to the store before. I hung in there, and I saw the store when the shelves were bare, when there was nothing there but reduced stuff up front. And so he did tell us that we're working on it. I'm the manager. His name is James, and I said I'll always remember you because my brother's name is James. But long story short, I went in there a couple of weeks ago, and I too go to the senior meeting, and I meet. And when I went in there just for some greens. I went up and down the aisle, every aisle, and I went back. I left there. I was so excited. I was saying, you can't tell if you at Mariana's or Pete's or at any of the other stores. There's everything that I thought I saw what I had suggested at the time on the shelf. Every shelf from four. So excited. It was clean. The meat, the coolers were filled. Everything was filled from floor to ceiling. And so I left there going back telling the seniors at the senior club, you gotta go to Living Fresh. You gotta go and see the before and after now. So I've been bragging before today. You know, of these nothing more you can recognize the smell. It's not in
Oh,
there.
yeah. Took a lot of cleaning the floors to get
I was in there, trust me.
You have a question, sir?
Yes, one thing I would like to bring to bear, that, you know, where seniors shop, one thing that they cherish the most is security. From the parking lot until they get into the store, if they feel threatened in your parking lot, and you don't have sufficient security cameras to follow up on the first incident that take place in your parking lot, you done lost a lot of customers. I was shopping at the same store that you're supposed to be opening your business up, a new business. While I was in the store buying more groceries, somebody was shopping out the trunk of my car.
Wow.
Because accidentally these remotes sometime
Popped open.
opened my door when I was totally unaware of it. And when I got out there, all my groceries I had bought at other stores took off in the wind. And the store didn't have security cameras to catch the perpetrators in the act. You must have security cameras around your business so old folks can feel safe. If you spook a few seniors because they are fearful of their safety, you done lost a lot of customers. Word of mouth gets around. So take that into consideration for your new store. Security means a lot. It would help the business to grow. Lack of security for your customers coming and going will kill your business. Do that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yes, it does.
We put a lot, I just want to let you know that we put a lot of emphasis and money into a new security system for the grocery store in Forest Park. From cameras indoors to cameras by the self-checkouts to cameras outside. We also have a security guard, Kevin. Maybe some of you have met Kevin because he has become part of the store. He knows how to put inventory up. I said, Kevin, you're supposed to be walking the aisles, making sure everybody's fine, by the door. But he has become a part of the family, the Living Fresh family. And so you get people, like I say, team is so important, having the people who are very passionate about what we're doing and the vision. And so when you come in, you'll probably see Kevin somewhere, either in the parking lot or inside the store. But we have, and say hi to him. He's a believer and a great man. And so we want to keep him around a long time. But just to let you know that we have put that into consideration. We've talked about it and we've executed. And we will do the same here. Question?
Okay, so when you say, someone mentioned farmer's market, so key to your grocery store is farm fresh vegetables.
Speak a little louder.
Okay, so speaking of farmer's market, key to your grocery store is farm fresh vegetables and fruit. So farm fresh is when I get to the front door, I should smell the corn on the cob.
That sweet corn, it only comes out one time a year in Chicago.
I
had James order some.
Now the peaches, I can smell the peaches, fresh from the farm, okay? During that season.
Apples, the apple now, apple
Apples,
season.
right. My mom
You can
used to
smell
order
them.
at Christmas. And you can smell them in your house at Christmas time. So think of that type of farm fresh in terms of fruits and vegetables. If you can get them get them right from the farm, don't go through those distributors who have them sitting inside, right inside somewhere else. Yes, fly in or haul them in from the farm.
You're right on spot with that. We have also spoken with some black farmers in Southern Illinois and to create some relationships with them. I believe in empowering our black entrepreneurs for product, whether it's grocery product, whether it's seafood, whether it's two fish, whether it's greens, tomatoes. I want to be able to empower our black entrepreneurs who are in the area of grocery. Having a farmer's market, fresh farm, vegetables and fruits is something I like to do when the weather is great, just like most other communities do. They do it in LaGrange, they do it everywhere. And so I want to be able to do that on Saturdays or Sundays when the weather's great outside, and have the farmers come and bring fresh produce to you so that you can come out, have a good time, fellowship with your community, and take your product home and cook some good Sunday dinners. All right, anyone else? If not, I'm going to give the mic to Trez so he can kind of give his background and testimony and talk about how he's going to bring the community together.
I'm going to be brief.
Take your time, Trez.
Good evening, everyone. Before I even introduce myself, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out, because you know why? That means you care about the community. Those folks that not here, they're going to be asking you what was said and what's going on. I'm not trying to be mean. You should tell them you should have been there, because this is important. I love this lady here because she's a visionary, and so am I. At Sip and Savor, we are all about community. Our tagline is where coffee and community meet. And it's based on 5 C's. We are crisp, we are clean, we are classy, we are consistent, and most important of all, we take a lot of pride in customer service. So the community piece is the biggest thing. I like to come into communities, hire in the community, and change the community. And what I mean by that is, we ain't about making money, we're about making a difference. Other locations, we're more than just coffee. We are about education, empowerment, entertainment, and the experience. And I'll just give you an example. At my other locations, we deal with mental health, we deal with financial literacy, we deal with trust, wills. I have my attorney come in. So often, a lot of us that own property, that have kids, you may pass, you lose your property. We teach you how to hold on to property. We are more than about the coffee piece. We have to educate our community on generational wealth. And that's what we are about. You guys gonna love me, and let me tell you why. 2 reasons you're gonna love me. We got a rewards program. Who's that talking about their rewards program? And we give senior discounts. We believe in giving back. And one of the things that's most important is the community. The young lady said something about, people coming. When you got a quality product, when you got professionalism, the place is clean, and you got great customer service, shame on those that don't come. People that like nice stuff, they gonna come. You've been in Living Fresh, right?
Yes.
It says it for itself. They are bringing change to these communities. I swore I would never come to the West Side. I swore. I grew up downtown Chicago. I opened up all my spots on the West Side. Tell you a little story. Before I was a coffee house owner, I was a federal agent. A lot of people didn't know that. I got shot on the West Side. I did. I hate the West Side. I was like, I never go over there. They've been trying to get me over there forever. This young lady and Frank said, Trez, you come to the West Side, you see what we doing. No. I walked over there when they was doing the construction. I could see the vision. I said, maybe. Talked to my attorney, talked to my strategic planner, Ms. Whitney Hampton. She's like my shadow. She keeps up with everything. After I seen the time, the effort, the meticulous work they did, I had to be a part of it. I had to, because they're doing it for you, for all of you. The money that they are putting in these communities are just amazing. The attention to detail, they listening to the community, and they want you to have the best of everything, and you deserve that. That's why I went to the South Side. They didn't have amenities. I grew up on the North Side. I could walk out my house, go to a florist, go to a breakfast spot. I can go get my dog groomed within a 3-block radius. South Side of Chicago, you had to leave your community to go get something nice. I said, I'm gonna bring a coffee house here, because black folk like to gather. Whether it's church, the club, or somebody's basement playing Be It Whist. I said, I'm gonna get them together, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add a twist. I'm gonna get them together where they can create jobs, they can learn about financial stuff, they can learn about real estate, they can teach their kids that you don't have to be a ball player or entertainer, you can own your own business and create jobs. So it was a perfect marriage for us. Once I seen what she was about, I said, well, I'll be there. I guess I'm going to the West Side. So that's where I ended up. So I'll just leave you with this. If you really like nice stuff, and if you want to be somewhere where you feel comfortable and you're getting the best of the best, here it is right here. Here it is right here. Sip and Savor is about excellence, black excellence. We hire from the community. We bring in comedians, probably not there in other coffee houses. We bring in photographers, musicians, all from the community to help. We are all we got. And for the young lady that said people gonna come from as far as the south side when they see these joints, I'm telling you right now, because there's nothing like it. I bought my wife, and I didn't even tell you, I bought my wife the other day. I said, I want to show you what they're doing at Living Fresh. She didn't want to leave out of that. Didn't want to leave, walking, touching stuff in every aisle. In every aisle. So again, I'll leave you with this. If you like nice stuff, leave here and tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. We coming. And we coming in hot. All right? I appreciate you guys' time.
Well, is that enough for you?
I do have one question.
Sure thing.
Actually, just a comment, not a question. One thing I would like to see is maybe, this is what a lot of stores lack is customer service. It should be focused on, it should be training with your group that come in. People want to be respected. People want to be talked to respectfully, especially if you're spending your money. It's been me, honestly, I haven't visited the new store. I'm new to the area, not that new now, but I am newer to the area. When I first moved out here, I went to the old store and never went back one time. So I will visit just because of what the comments of everybody say. I'm gonna go travel because I travel all over to go look for a sale or go to the store. But customer service is very important when you're shopping. So that should be one or another priority, especially when you're dealing with people. Everybody is not disrespectful or want an attitude, get you have a bad day. I get it. My job is customer service. My customers first, always. So that would be a great.
Okay. We are building our team, like I said, and we are still hiring in all areas of the store. We're also working on a kind of like an internship that we would like to do, because a lot of the higher positions that are in grocery stores are not given to us, you know. And so I would like to be able to train a generation of African Americans to come in and learn how to be the butcher manager, run all of it, from the ordering, from the cutting to the pricing. They need to learn those job skills, and so that they can be successful and one day have their own store that they want to do. This industry right here is I went to a conference last year in Kansas City, and I was the only black. And there were hardly any women in there either. And so I just want to make sure that, you know, that we're all building something together, each one teach one. So that's really important to us, to treat us.
I'm sorry, I didn't open it up for questions. Did any of you guys have any questions about the coffee house or what we bring to the table?
Why don't you let them know what your product is?
So, my coffee comes from 2 continents, most of it from the motherland, from Africa. I get my coffee from Cameroon, Ethiopia, Uganda. So I pay a lot of money to get it here, but I want you to have the best taste on your palate.
Is the coffee house open already?
No, we trying to get employees like everybody else. What we're thinking of doing, and I got to run it by Melanie, until we do open, we're thinking about doing some test run with then we just hire a few employees to go in there and open it up on like Saturday and Sunday for like 4 hours with one of our seasoned managers to try to get them used to it. But we don't have enough employees. Matter of fact, the country is struggling with getting employees throughout any industry right now. And we don't want to hire just anybody because that's our brand.
Right, because the reason I asked that day I was there, one of the cashiers was so excited. And she was, did you go over and see we're going to have a coffee house? And she was so excited, and I was in a hurry because I had already spent so much money. And so she said, well, you got to come back and see. Customers, it is so important. The people that greet you, the people that see you. And Kevin, did you mention the name Kevin?
Kevin Security.
He helped me with my water.
Yes.
He helped me
Everybody
to the
there
car and everything. And he was so excited. So
the whole atmosphere.
The service was great. Security was great.
Yeah. But we're going to have coffee. We got about 50 different teas. We're going to have select pastries, banana cakes. Yeah, we have wellness teas, hot chocolate. We're going to have scones, banana cake, cheesecake.
Breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah, breakfast sandwiches. So In addition to that, like I said, the whole thing is going to be about the experience. When you come there and you sit at the bar, most of our baristas are well versed in everything from history, sports, and all. So when you sit down, it's almost like being at a bar. It's like Cheers without the libations. So when you get there, I always say when I talk to people, the coffee house kind of wraps his arms around you and asks you to stay a while. It's like home. It's almost like being in the South. Everybody knows your name. They're going to learn your drink. They're going to know about your dog, your grandkids, and everything. You will see. You will see. And that's what we bring to the table. So are there any questions for me? Because I kind of ran off without it. Trez Van Pugh III.
Okay.
My daddy told me these would not tell everybody your whole name. You named after me. But Trez is sufficient.
Where's your location now?
Well, we at 43rd in Bronzeville. We at 47th in the historical Rosenwald building in Bronzeville. We at 53rd in the Del Prado building in Hyde Park. We in the south suburbs in Matson, next to the new Pete's. And we're getting ready to set it off here in the west side.
All right.
Any more questions?
Hi, my name is Tori. I don't have a question.
Hi, Tori.
Question, a statement. My name is Tori, and I am the program coordinator for the Maywood Park District, and this is my boss, director.
How you doing, boss? What's your
And
boss name?
Lynette Hall. Lynette Hall.
Hey, Miss Hall, how are you?
And I would love to invite you to the Maywood Park District on our Senior Day Wednesday to give out samples to our seniors. And we would also love to host a job fair at any time that you would like to.
Consider it done.
I'm on it.
Consider it done. And we do things like that. Like I said, without getting into it, it's a lot of stuff you're going to see happening because we're all about the community. We listen. We want to make sure we engage. This is a collaborative effort. And again, I can't thank you enough. She is a visionary. And to see the work, people have no idea what she does behind the scenes to make this happen. And I'm telling you in front of everybody, I'm impressed. She's my shero. She really is. You guys give her a hand for what she's doing. Anything. I got flat screens there if you guys want to watch the game on Sunday. We'll be sipping on some coffee. The news. Yeah, we got 3. She put all that up there for me. She was like, what you want? I said, I like, look at sports. I was like, put it up there. Any more questions for me at all? Again, I appreciate you guys coming out because you could have been anywhere else. You chose to come here and give us some feedback. You care enough about the community to let us know what you want, and we're here to give it to you. All right?
All right.
Thank you.
So we plan to be pretty busy. Thank you, Trez. I really, really appreciate that.
Appreciate you.
You have a question?
I have not a question, I have a general comment overall. We have a lot of great things that go on in our community, and people come in, we have good programs, we have businesses, and we have a lot of good things going on. But what ends up happening in our community is people don't know about it. Our mayor, he has a page where he puts stuff, but everybody doesn't go to that page. A lot of people, they still don't know because they haven't been at a meeting like this. So I took several flyers to get to my seniors on my block who can't get out, who don't come, or to some younger people who just don't come. The problem is we need to find a way, communication is where I'm going, is key. We need to find all kind of avenues to begin, even in the beginning stages, to put the word out about your store here in Forest Park and about the coming store. Online, there are all kind of blogs. You need to find out what they are so you can go on there and present information, all the different meetings that occur so that you can be visible. Because if you have all this good product and people don't know about it, they can't come because they don't know about it. And at the beginning to generate interest, because in the beginning you need people to come in order to keep going. You know, once you spend all this money, you put all this good stuff in there. So I'm just saying that, communication is key.
That's
You need
right.
to check the village and talk to people and find out all the different ways that people communicate, because some of them are not just the conventional way. The flyer, I don't always get a flyer at my house. I get the newspaper on Sunday, and I get the flyer out of the newspaper. Most people don't subscribe to the newspaper anymore, so they don't get that flyer that comes. I don't get one in my house, so, you know, so there are all kind of ways. It's important to make sure that the village, as well as like the park district invited you, as well as some of that social media, all those different people go to all these different blogs and they look at them and they get information that way. And so, yeah.
Real good point.
I know you're 100% on target because of the separation of the generations and social media and how people communicate. It has sometimes not done us so well to be educated on things that are going on in our community. And so we'll make sure that that's a priority in our conversations going forward with the mayor and the council. Also to make sure that we've got some contact people at your businesses, your seniors' homes, schools, to have some main contacts there that we can send information to and make sure that everyone stays in the loop, I think is important. I don't want to put all the burden on the mayor here. He'll be really busy. Really busy, but I want to make sure that we do get to know your organizations, your not-for-profits, your businesses, the school systems, and the people who are there. I think that's really important for us to be sustainable. So that we'll make sure we do that, and that's a high priority for us.
And then one thing to also add, the new village website will be coming out in January. So at the launch of the new year, we'll be launching the new website. The new website also comes with a shared community calendar.
Good.
So a lot of the different organizations that have you go to 15 different websites to find out what's going on in the community, we'll be doing a platform on the website that they'll be able to log in and log their information in as well. So instead of us having to go to so many different things, you'll be able to see the community calendar. Last year, before this administration, there was only 2 newsletters that were mailed out. So this year we did 4 mailers. Next year we'll be focused on doing a minimum of 6 mailers. But if we get a couple of things confirmed within the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to start in January a monthly, not only digital email, but also a monthly mailer to every household. So those are the things that we're working on for 2023 because we realize, like I said, I can keep putting information out, but if it's not reaching people, then what's the point? So we'll be looking at going back to a monthly digital, physical mailing piece. I can't tell you when the last time we did one of those in Maywood, but it will be a fully monthly digital and physical mailer, about 20 to 24 pages sent out.
We do for Living Fresh Market at Forest Park, we do, is it weekly or bi-weekly? Weekly. We do weekly ad mailers out. We send 61,000 copies out a week in different communities that are surrounding us. I'm not sure if any of you are receiving. I know they do in Westchester. You do as well. Okay, so we'll make sure that not only that we make sure that we get Maywood, but somehow put in a different format, where it's just us and not 5 other grocery stores wrapped up, in this mail and they throw it on the ground in your driveway, or you never get it or see it. So we'll make sure that that's part of the conversation too, and making sure you're held in the loop. Holidays are coming up. We're doing a lot of food giveaways, turkey for Thanksgiving. I think we did it in partnership with Mayor Booker last year with the turkey giveaway. And so we'll just make sure that we're staying committed. Even before you even knew we were committed, we were committed. Any other questions? Yes.
I think that's the perfect segue. We have, I don't know if you're familiar with Proviso Township. While it does cater, they have a senior program, a senior ride program, where anyone who's 60 years or older, they have free transportation to and from various grocery stores and that. And I don't know if you've maybe spoken with them, but that would be helpful because that would reach out to the various communities within the Proviso Township area. And it would not limit you to just Maywood, Millwood, Broadview, and Forest Park. That's one thing. But we also have some free publications, like the Neighbors Magazine. We have the Village Free Press. Those are periodicals that you can maybe publish ads in, and that way that information will get exposed to the village, not only the village, but the neighboring communities as well. Now, most communities within their the village halls, that they have periodicals and various correspondence on their shelves and available to the community too. Because once the information gets out,
Right.
I mean, the rest is history.
Yes, a roller
So I
coaster.
just really would like to see you get greater exposure.
Thank you.
So if you would consider that, I think would be beneficial.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
I'm just so excited for you guys coming. But most of all, I want to give kudos to my mayor for working so diligently to get you guys here. So there was a team effort, and I
Absolutely.
was elated. But it's a
Absolutely,
benefit to
absolutely, absolutely. You have not let this go.
I know.
Call, you text,
I
any movement, where are we, you know, and so I appreciate that as my brother in Christ here, and so I really appreciate Nate for making sure that we're all one big family here. He's making sure we're not going anywhere, and I'm making sure you don't go nowhere either. We got work to do. We got work to do. Okay. Any more questions? Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn this over to Mayor Booker. Thank you, everyone.
I'm going to turn this over to see if there's any closing comments, statements, or thought processes from our community development department. So we have our director, Angela Smith, as well as our retention and attraction coordinator, Ms. Michelle Kitch. So if there's anything that you ladies would like to say, some thoughts, some feedback, some...
Good evening,
we
Maywood.
know there's work to be done.
How are
Still
you?
done.
Angela Smith, Director of Community Development. How did everybody enjoy the presentation? Once again, I would really like to thank our mayor for really getting our community out. These are the types of meetings that we need when we start to look at developing our community. So this is really, really important, and we at the Community Development Department are working through this. It's our goal, and we have been tasked to bring a grocery store to this community, and that's what we're working on, and that's what we're going to do. Does anyone have any questions in regards to community development and moving this project forward? Any questions for me?
What's the location?
So the location is 615 South 5th Avenue. That's right down on 5th and Washington. One of the other things that we are also looking at in that area, and I know that the mayor is working diligently on and really does feed into this whole model as far as wellness, is a federally qualified healthcare facility in that same area. So, you know, Melody, that really works into your mission as far as wellness is concerned. And I'm sure that in months to come, the mayor will be talking and sharing more about that project as well. So if there's no questions for me, I will close out and hand it back over to Mayor Booker.
All right. Michelle, you got anything?
I can make one of them.
Hi, I'm Michelle Kitch, the Business Attraction and Retention Coordinator. I just want to make an announcement because there's a lot of great participation here. And we do have another meeting coming up for the public on November 9th, primarily between 7 and 8 p.m. It's going to be at the Lightford Center. And we're going to be just letting you know about kind of some implementation steps that we're taking with regard to the transit-oriented district, which is around the Metro train station, Lake Street, down to about 9th, and then kind of coming down 5th Avenue to about Washington. So we're going to be asking for community feedback on several different areas for planning within that general vicinity. So a flyer will be coming out, but I just want to have you mark your calendars for November 9th from 7 to 8. And it'll be kind of interactive where you'll look at boards, there'll be things that are asking questions of you, and then you can, provide your input on things that you like or that you'd like to see. So just wanted to get that out there.
What day is that on?
November 9th, that is on a Wednesday.
Because, football match too.
I'll remember that.
Remember that.
I'm paying attention to sports.
Football, Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays.
Yes, ma'am. Are there any other sports days? All right, guys. This is, again, one of those first phases of the first piece of the conversations in completely revitalizing the downtown corridor district from Quincy to Lake Street. Living Fresh, again, is meant to be an anchor of revitalization. As the Director of Community Development shared, right next door, we're looking at the community development aspects of the Federally Qualified Health Center because, again, we're focused on all elements that equal a healthy neighborhood. So, from that standpoint, in the design of the Federally Qualified Health Center, taking the piece of a coffee shop being at the FQHC and actually making sure that it's in the grocery store because we don't want to be competitive. Taking the pharmacy and wellness and also the cooking showroom aspects out of the FQHC location to make sure that those people are recommended and diverted to from the doctors to go across the street to the grocery store to make sure that instead of us doing a fake showroom of healthy shopping, that we actually have a partnership that's walking people through the actual grocery store across the street to know what healthy shopping means. And again, it's all about collaboration, moving Maywood forward together as a team. I thank you guys all for coming tonight. Looking forward to seeing you guys soon. God bless.
Hey, lady.